Our homework project, this part of the course, is selecting JPEG images by radio buttons. So this is our handout. Basically what we need to do is review material of Lab 12, where we reviewed the functionality of radio buttons and how the callbacks for these radio buttons can be synced into a single event handler member function in our class handling the window. And also in Lab 6, of course, we completed displaying JPEG files and used FL image and JPEG image classes to handle the loading and resizing of an image. So now the proposition is to be able to use a set of radio buttons to display the individual pictures. So they're now predefined pictures, and of course the way the initial laboratory 6 was preset, that there was a hard-coded relative path to the picture. So now you can basically use the same technique. It doesn't matter how you store, how do you locate these images, just make sure that they're connected to the radio button choices that the user is able to pick. Right, so so you no longer need to use file chooser to pick a file. You can use any prior project or Lab 6 or Lab 12. Perhaps Lab 12 involves the handling of radio buttons, so that could save you some time if you'd like to start from Lab 12 as your initial state of development. However, quite possibly I would choose just to start with blank window, because when I'm in control and I'm making small adjustments to what I do, like for instance, make sure that I'm able to display this hard-coded image, hard-coded path, and display this image when the form is loading. So this is just what I would recommend doing. And then incrementally add radio buttons, make sure that the radio button callbacks is working correctly, and then connect basically the radio buttons with the choices of images, and make sure that when you click these things that the image gets refreshed in its respective container, the box. Now also what I'm asking you to do, that of course I'm actually asking you to submit the entire project, but please remove any of the folders generated during the build. Just like I do with every lab, I do this cleanup and I remove unnecessary folders from these projects before I clone them, before I archive them, before I upload them for you to be able to access them. So this is it. When you're ready, just submit this entire project. I want you to submit the entire Visual Studio project, zip it as a single file and submit.